was that old lady. Ellen Ellsworth was old herself. She didn't have much company either. And said that was Dr. Bertha Reynolds. And of course Mother knew her. But you get a load of this. Somehow if you can tie this into your little deal. There was a young barnstorming pilot in the big hotel bar down.
But oh, that war has made me blue. I like fighting, that's my name. But fighting am the least about the fighting game. When Mr. Hoover said to cut my dinner down, I never even hesitate, I never frown. I cut my sugar, I cut my coal, but now they just deep in my soul. I've got the blues, I've got the blues, I've got the alcoholic blues. No more.
Hey guys, this is Marvin with Wis-Coat Wednesday, and this is, I can't even remember what installment. I know we've made it a month, which is, I think, 2 weeks longer than I thought I was going to make it. Today I got village trustee and unofficial Lone Rock historian.
Oh, historical member too. Yeah, that's
and member of the Historical Society, Tom Whalen. Now, Tom.
And what can I do?
People are expecting a 5-minute clip, not a 5-hour clip.
It'll be 5 seconds.
So let's start with just a real quick
Lone Rock.
Lone Rock, yeah. So let's start with how Lone Rock got its name and what it used to be like turn of the century, 1900s.
It got its name from a big rock stood down here by the river. And Lone Rock, railroad town from day one, big railroad town. The railroad, when they hit Lone Rock, they decided to cross the river down here, between here and Avoca, instead of going further up by Old Richland City and crossing there.
Right.
So they blew the Lone Rock all to pieces. A lot of it's in the basements of old buildings in Lone Rock. I wouldn't doubt your house has some of that. It'd be of that era. And then they used it for fill to build the railroad bridge. So it's only fitting they named the station Lone Rock.
Sure.
Big railroad town. Our depot, you would not believe it now, was open 24/7, around the clock.
So what about like the businesses and stuff that were back then? At one point, how many businesses did you tell me Lone Rock had in it?
Well, I'm 65 myself.
Young.
And when I was a little kid, I counted up, you would not believe it now, 47 businesses in Lone Rock.
Like what?
Oh, we had implement dealers. Well, we had, starting by the high school, was Massey Ferguson. Alton Brander sold those tractors.
Sure.
Right across where our post office is, Melvin Walden, the Ford implement dealer. Ford tractors.
What about right here, in my building where we're at?
Barbershop.
Sure.
Pretty much always a barbershop. Just Ralph Groom, 47 years in your barbershop.
What about next door here, where the old tavern?
That was Beardsley, and years ago that wasn't always a tavern. He sold phonographs, wind-up Victrolas in that music shop.
Sure.
Then over there where the car wash is, was the big Chevrolet garage. Brand new Chevrolet cars. Where Bob Ewer's building is, that was the Ford garage. They sold brand new Ford cars. Moving down the street, where Ronnie Alt has that apartment house, Pete Cowell, that was a big international dealer, tractors. Moving right along, down straight across the street, that cement block building, was Bill Cook, Oliver Tractors. And
so there was everything really that farmers
this was
needed.
The place, Farmers Town.
This was the hub.
Oh yeah, Farmers
Railroad
Town.
stopped here before Chicago.
Oh yes,
what
Railroad hub.
What about hotels? How many hotels?
4 in 1900.
4 good-sized hotels.
4 hotels in Lone Rock. And I know what you're thinking, well that can't be true. Where are all these buildings?
Sure.
For a little town its size of 1,000, Lone Rock has had so much disaster. Down the street from the Waz Inn up, that's Union Block. That block, where Terry Larson has his income tax building, that has been leveled 3 times. A fire in the 1890s leveled it. They put it all back. Then in 1942, in 1918, the cyclone cleaned it right out, that same corner. They rebuilt it in 1942 or 3, there was a fire leveled it. It's been leveled 3 times, Union Block.
Sure. So I want to ask you about where the Dillon's Tailor Shop is, that little battery park, the Civil War park.
Yeah.
Tell us kind of about, I guess, Lone Rock's Civil War ties, and about the Civil War reenactment and stuff that the Lone Rock Historical Society, which anybody can be part of.
Oh yeah, we're glad. We need new members all the time.
So tell us about the Battery Park and the Civil War.
That Battery Park has a lot of history to that. The little Dillon Tailor Shop actually stood over here behind DZ's
gas station.
Gas station.
Sure.
And there was a big blacksmith shop back there when we were kids, Fred Slamer. Well then they moved Dillon's little tailor shop. The Civil War veterans bought this Battery Park, and they named it that. And every 2 years, by train, the real Civil War veterans would come to Lone Rock, and they would have an encampment in their park once every 2 years for a weekend. That fence was put there in 1919 by the Grand Army of the Republic, the Civil War vets. And get a load of this, under their orders, that fence remains forever.
Really?
No ifs, ands, or buts. The fence can never be removed from Battery Park.
So we got to keep it up then.
Have to.
I hear you.
So I've painted it 3 times. I don't know. If I'm good enough shape, I'd be glad to paint it again. If not,
in another 20 years when you're still around.
And yeah, because I painted probably 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
But anyway, I want the people to know the history of that fence.
Right.
When I'm long gone, someone should always keep that up.
Sure.
The village especially.
Right, and that's kind of leads to the question, the final question, I guess, of Wis-Coat Wednesday. And I know it might be a hard question for you, you know, just because of I don't want to say how old you are.
I'm too damn old.
And how young I am.
I'm 65 years old.
But what do you think people my age, in my group and the generations after, what do we kind of got to do to help keep some of that stuff going alive? I know the stories you've told me. We don't have enough Wis-Coat Wednesdays.
I'll tell you the truth, what I always figured. I'm from here from day one. I could show you, I have shown you, the front page of the Lone Rock Journal, where I was born.
Yeah.
Now either they warned the villagers, get out of Lone Rock, look what's coming, or they thought it'd be nice to let them know that, well, whatever.
The chosen ones.
Yes, yeah, get the hell going.
So what do you think someone like me, what can we do, Tom?
I'll tell you what, I've always taken great pride in Lone Rock. For one thing, it's just simple, down-to-earth people much like myself. Just about anything goes within reason of Lone Rock, and I won't want that any other way.
Okay.
I'm chairman of the police committee here,
Yeah.
in the fire and emergency.
Yeah.
Some years ago, we had 3... Recently, not too many years ago, I sold my old home place, which I lived in for 55 years, born at that house. And the hardest thing to do was to find the key to my front door to give to the new owner.
Right.
I never locked my house.
Right.
I never had one thing stolen in 55 years. Not every village can say that either.
Right.
And I think a lot of that may not be true to this day, but yet I think a lot of it is true to this day too. A lot of good people in Lone Rock.
Yeah.
I
appreciate it. Well, that pretty much closes up this week's Wis-Coat Wednesday. If we had forever and infinity, I'm sure Tom could stay here.
And longer, possibly.
And talk about it forever. So,
yes.
I really appreciate you coming,
Marvin,
Tom.
I thank you for helping.
I really do. And stay tuned for the next Wis-Coat Wednesday. If you have anything important that you want me to schedule to the front, maybe you're going to be around to see the next Wis-Coat Wednesday?
Oh, I'm sure.
Maybe. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.